Most men will not want to really come out because of that ego, that macho kind of stuff. Most men will not really want to come out and say, okay, a woman has abused me. How are they going to tell that to their kinsmen? Do you understand?
How will we tell our women's men? How will we tell our women?
How will you go to your kinsmen?
How will we tell our... Oh, okay, so it's women
Wait,
that now know how to spread violence news. But men don't know how to spread violence news.
Who is really talking about that man that goes to bed scared to sleep at night?
Because of his wife.
Yeah, because of his wife, of course.
The abuse from his wife.
Yeah, you know, because if you really look at it, when you even mention abuse,
the first picture that comes to your mind,
somebody is thinking of one man who has some very heavy jaws and some beards that, you know, are to die for, and a lot of biceps, triceps, heavy chest. You know, people just have an image of a man who is an abuser, you know, maybe a man that has some money. Of course, you still have people that are still on the lower end of, you know, finances and all that, still involved in abuse. But most times we talk of abuse, we are talking of
what the man is doing to the woman, and not what the woman is doing to the man.
I'll just share an illustration with you. I once had the opportunity to mediate. He was lamenting about some of the things that he was going through in his marriage and how he wanted out of the marriage. He actually wanted out. He was tired and he was done. But one of the things that really kept in him was more like the children. You know, most times they'll be like, women are thinking of the children, that's why they stay. But you also have men who are thinking of children, and that's why they actually stay.
Okay.
You know, and as the man was sharing certain things, the wife just bolted and she was like, why are you talking about this issue? The next thing,
Twice.
she gave this guy a slap. In the presence of about 3, 4
witnesses.
3, 4, 5 people. At that point, everybody was like surprised. You know, if it was the other way around, people would have rushed the man.
Help, yeah.
But when the woman was the one that threw that kind of slap and all that, everybody was just so calm. People were wondering, like, man, what the hell just happened? You know? So as a man, I'm thinking, like,
what made the woman to get to the edge? That's what we are thinking of now. What did the man do to push the woman to the edge?
You see, this is the problem. People just have to think that a man has to do something to a woman before a woman will respond. You are not looking at the fact that that woman might actually have maybe some abusive gene, a genotype,
you know,
or maybe a blood group. I don't actually. That's not medically found. I'm just but basically.
But it's possible that she's from an abusive woman, so she's dishing out abuse. I know that one is one. But most times when you talk to husbands that abuse their wives, they will just tell you that maybe their wife did something. It was something that she did that led to that abuse.
It was in the heat of passion.
It was in the heat of that thing that led to the abuse. So it's possible that maybe something happened to that led her to the abuse. Secondly, really men too also used to say that no, I didn't slap her, I just shoved her. So what if the woman I just pushed her small. So maybe the woman to her it was not.
I just blew one small breeze and the next thing she
what
fell.
If the woman too is saying that? But since you were there, you saw that it was a real slap.
I was actually there. This is not like a hearsay. It was in my presence. Like we could not even go further, and the man was just there helpless. He couldn't do anything about it.
But you know one thing.
It could be that, and I'm even thinking like, what would make a man that his wife slapped in public? What would make him
not to retaliate? Yes, I know what to make him not to retaliate. I know. Most men that you see that are so calm, so quiet.
They are gentle.
They are so gentle. Those people, they're the ones that know how to put silent fire. That will be burning the wife until she gets to know the truth. Fierce and quiet people until you not get to the point where the wife cannot take it again. She will not revolt. Have you not heard of the story of the man that was disturbing his wife every time, molesting her? The day that she broke bottle, that day the man, like, he now became the calm one. Now, if somebody has seen him in that calm state, they will now say, this man is so-called a calm man. But you don't know that he had pushed the woman to the point where she had to break bottle.
But the truth is...
But I'm not supporting violence. No, I don't support violence.
Reality is, violence in any marriage is really terrible. There are stories of women. In fact, there was a case I read of, an American case, or in the West, kind of. The woman's husband just came home. They've been having serious relationship issues, crisis here, crisis there, and all that. And one day the man is like, I'm really tired. And he served his wife divorce papers.
Yeah.
Guess what the wife did at night? She brought out a knife, cut off the man's penis, and
Jesus.
dumped the pennies
God
inside
forbid.
a dustbin.
Why?
Abuse. It's the same thing I'm talking
Okay,
about.
she doesn't
Abuse.
want him to have sex with that person. Like, after teaching her husband different styles and different things, then he will not divorce her and go and use it for somebody else.
Not. It may not necessarily be about. It may not necessarily be about sex.
I know, I'm just joking.
Yeah, I know, but the truth is, what will make an individual? It's just
To
like
do
saying
that. No,
a man picked up a knife and he cut off his wife's breast
It's
or
terrible.
something.
It's terrible.
You know, so it's really
It's
crazy.
terrible.
So this issue of abuse, like, we really need to get to the root of it. Partners have to be more responsible. If your wife is abusive, it's just like cases where there are several cases, like some are even in the law courts and all that, where you've had a woman who is abusive. The next thing, her husband does certain things, even if he's cheating or anything, you can walk out of the relationship. You can walk out of the marriage. You don't have to put a gun or you now stab the man. You stab somebody almost 36 times. In other cases, you order a hit on your husband.
God forbid.
You know,
Do you know what I think? First of all, abuse is terrible. Like, no man or woman should physically abuse the other person. Secondly, emotional abuse also. Maybe like there are some men or some women that are comfortable to see that they are doing something that is making their spouse depressed. Like,
it
some,
happens, of
they
course.
will go out, come back to the house for a month, a week, and your wife is depressed, taking pills, drinking alcohol, doing things because she's emotionally depressed. And you know that she's emotionally depressed, but you don't care. You know that things like that happen.
Emotional depression.
Yeah.
Should that
No.
warrant the kind of abuse that will take somebody's life?
I'm saying that as a spouse, that whole attack and everything and the rest of talking about violence, it's both physical and mental sometimes.
Yeah, of course.
You understand?
I agree with you.
It's not only physical.
I agree with you. I sincerely agree with you, and the reason why is because I've seen several of these cases. They happen all the time. Sometimes you'll be shocked that some people might be on their way to a religious gathering. They perpetuate abuse before they enter a religious house.
Okay,
you understand? And everybody is inside that religious house, and people are looking good, dancing, relaxing. But there's a lot of fire. There's a lot of fire on the mountain. There's so much pain. There's so much hurt. But really, I just want the public. I want people to begin to view abuse beyond
from
one
both
hefty
sides.
man somewhere. And if you are a man and you are facing abuse, you cannot sleep at night as a man. You are in your house. You are so scared. You are scared to death.
Of poisoning.
You don't necessarily know what your wife can do. Especially women who now start researching how to kill men slowly. You know, all this kind of... these things happen. Come on. These things actually happen. So as a man, I'm just here today, not necessarily for the men, but also make the point that you owe yourself a duty for your own security as a man. You understand?
What should a man do when... But what will even make a man to get to the point where the wife is abusing him and he doesn't do anything? It's like, sincerely.
People don't expect a man to be quiet in that scenario. But I'm only saying that
there are some men like that.
There's a percentage of men
that are
actually going through
such
a lot of... In fact, when their wife is talking, they cannot talk. Who are you? When madam or mama or whoever...
Is it because she's the person that has the money?
What will even make a man to be that quiet?
Or is it because she has more physical strength than him?
There are some women that have physical strength.
Maybe he's just a man of peace.
A man of peace does not mean that you should take the bullet now.
Okay, so what should a man do in that
I think one of the things that a man can actually do, if you are a man, you are in a marriage, you are married, and you have a wife that is abusive, is the same thing that we expect women to do.
What is that?
You report. You stay away. You find solace, not necessarily with the opposite sex, but you just put yourself in a comfortable and safe environment for a while. There's nothing wrong with you as a man. Before your wife comes back and you are in an abusive relationship, you just pick some few clothes and you walk away.
Walk away.
Yes, you walk away. You start communicating from a distance.
Until
that person gets herself back.
I will not support that you just walk away.
I'm not saying you leave the marriage.
See what I'm going to say personally. If a woman is being abused, you will not just say pack your load
and go.
No. You wait now, here now. Okay, you will not just say pack your load and go. What you will say is get a counselor, get somebody, so that as you pack away, while you are in that place, somebody is mediating between the two of you.
Rule number one.
So I'm saying, I'm saying that he should move away. Oh, yes, he should move away, but he should not just move without a counselor or somebody that is mediating between two of them. He should move away. I'm not saying he should not move. Yeah.
number one, move away.
Uh-huh.
Don't delude yourself that a counselor, because most counselors, they come into the picture, some of them, they will still keep you in the same environment of abuse.
I'm not saying,
do you understand?
even a woman should move
yeah,
away.
you have to,
A man should move away.
You have to first leave that environment. Then you can now talk of maybe introducing a counselor. It could be somebody that both couples respect big time. It could be your religious leader.
I
it could
agree
be any
on
of
that
these
one.
people.
Yes.
Please,
but
please,
it's not that you just move away and you now decide that.
Don't allow your ego to get into the way. When you are facing abuse from a woman, please, I beg you, don't allow your children to be fatherless. It's true, man. Don't allow your children to be fatherless.
Chill. Take a chill pill. I'm not saying
because what's making me to vibrate like this, because I've read stories. I've been in places where it's like a rising wave now. You know, it's in fact much of the cases that you even hear on headline news and all that is women who are perpetuating
why do you think
harmful abuse against their husbands.
Why do you think the story has turned?
Why do you think things have changed? I've not done that research. Not until I'm able to, find out that research and all that. I'm able to package all of that. Then I can now begin to say, okay, this might be one of the reasons. But I feel that a lot is changing about our society. The things that people place value on, you understand, is beginning to reduce. And at the same time, too, women are now playing certain roles that traditionally men were expected to be playing.
Before.
I've heard some ladies, like maybe single ladies say things like, if my husband is not rolling up to this level, she will be rolling up on another level. Those kind of things. So if that's not happening, or if my husband brings this to the table, if I'm bringing more than him, then I should talk more than he's talking. All those kind of things where people now
feminism.
Yeah, I don't want feminism. I don't want to talk about feminism.
I'm just asking. I don't know.
That's one area that until I'm ready before I start, saying some of those things. But there are awesome feminists out there.
Let us just leave it safe. No need to even talk about it.
Yeah, so basically, go ahead.
What I think is, if whether it's a man or a woman, abuse is abuse. Wherever it's coming from. You understand?
Abuse is abuse. Once you see the man that lost his pennies to abuse, what kind of thing is that?
Imagine the woman that died for abuse.
Imagine the men that are dying because
Imagine
of
the men
abuse.
that have killed their wife and their children because of abuse. Women are dying. People are dying because of abuse. What I think is they should move and then get a counselor, because a lot of men, because I know when women are facing those abuse, women will move and they will call their pastors or their female pastors or whatever to come and mediate between them, and they will still come back to their husband. They will forgive, they will come back. But most men, when they move, they have moved. They will leave the woman and leave the children. And so that's why I'm telling him that this thing that he's saying, move. As he's moving, he should get a counselor. And he should forgive the wife after she has changed and come back. We don't want women to be without.
But really,
we don't want women and their children to stay without their fathers and their husbands. So just the same way, a lot of women that have gone through abuse went somewhere, went to pray and fast and call counselor to counsel the man, and they trust God. They trusted God to come back to the man and to forgive the man in marriage. You understand? They forgave the man and came back with the children.
Came back to the home.
And he changed. He stopped violating them. Same way, if a man can change, a woman can change too. So the same way, if he run away,
the truth is,
if there's no truth, if he runs away, he should get a counselor. They should counsel the woman will change. He should forgive her and he should come back.
But you know,
let us have marriages together. Because many people, when they just say, she slapped, you might even be surprised.
The way you're looking at these guys, maybe a men should run.
A woman might be pushed to the edge, and when she's pushed to the edge, she does something. The man will now have something to hold. Even for the next 30 years, you'll be saying, the woman slapped me, the woman slapped me, the woman slapped me, and he will now.
In some villages, that's like cow offense now. 5 cows and 25.
He will now go away. He will go and marry another wife, marry another children to another woman that will still get angry and will still do something. Then you see, men will be moving. They'll have one wife in Ife, one wife in Lagos, one wife in Abuja, because they are trying to dodge and dodge. I don't
think it's dodging that makes wife to be packaging. Men to be packaging wives across the country.
It's not dodging, is what?
I don't think it's dodging.
It's not dodging, is what?
I think it might just result as it might just be as a result of not even men being loose. Maybe just men that just love to change environment. but really.
But you get my point.
But the truth is this issue of
abuse, about forgiveness. Now let us go to forgiveness.
We'll talk of forgiveness. But this issue of abuse, is the reason why, is one of the reasons, not the reason, is one of the reasons why you find men who are present, physically present, even though at night they are thinking of how to dodge, how to just survive to the next morning, but they are actually gone. A man that is already gone while he's still with you, the day
because of the abuse.
Wait, because of abuse, yes. The day he will pick his bag, because most men will not want to really come out because of that ego, that macho kind of stuff. Most men will not really want to come out and say, okay, a woman has abused me. How are they going to tell that to their kinsmen? Do you understand?
How will we tell our women's men? How will we tell our women?
How will we go to your kinsmen?
How will we tell our okay? So it's women that now know how to spread violence news, but men don't know how to spread violence news.
It's advisable for women. As a woman, in fact, me, I will tell you as a man. As a woman, a man is violating you. Please and please, do not wait. Do not take to your heels if need be.
Please.
Do you understand? But I'm talking.
Let us be balanced in our discussion.
Oh, we are being balanced, for
We are
God's
not
sake.
being balanced.
I'm just trying to tell you that how some men might view some of these things. In some cultures now, you can do a survey of men. Maybe we can even go and do a vox pop or something. We just go and find out on this issue. How many men will report to their age group or to their elders or to the oldest man in their community and all that if a woman is violating them? Sincerely. If you take that 100 men, if their wife even slap them, they cannot go and say it outside because the stigmatization, and people will be like, you mean your wife beat you and you now came to report. People may even say, why didn't you beat her back? You know, those kind of, you'll be shocked.
Let me just give you a story.
I think it's one of the things that we're actually going to
I agree. What if a man is impotent and the wife has not given birth and the in-laws are slapping the wife, beating the wife, and the man did not confess that he's one that is impotent, and one day the woman is fed up and because of that she now slapped the man and the man now said that she's violent on him?
She slapped the man that is impotent. Wow.
She's not.
You just slap him to make him to be potent.
No, she's slapping because he's allowing people to insult her and even beat her and molest her, and he's not confessing that my wife is not giving birth, not because she can't give birth, but because he is the one that is impotent. I'm saying that there's some things that is the men that orchestrate it from the beginning, but they will not actually confess that they're the one orchestrating it. Then the women will not be taking the fall for it. The day that the woman is not tired of it, the woman that decides to now revenge or to now do something, they will not say that she's violent without knowing the underground story. Now, some of those men that are saying that women are violating them, dig deep, and know exactly what is causing it. But what I want to say at the end, my final note is
we are not done. We are not done on this issue.
On my own final note is that men should forgive their wives if their wives have abused them after they have moved and called a counselor.
I've seen videos where it's not even in the bedroom, outside, like in the marketplace. The woman, she woes the guy. The next thing, she woes him again. She dropped her baby. She punched this guy.
Why?
Like you find out. You just find out that. Why? Let's
say,
not talk
excuse
of why
me.
you abuse.
No.
Because we start saying why you abuse. That means maybe there might be a justification for abuse.
There is no justification. I'm saying if you want to look at abuse now, maybe in 10 men, you see that 5 women are abused where just 2 men are abused.
The lives of those 2 men matter. That's why I'm talking.
The life of the 5 women matter. I'm saying that we should be preaching forgiveness. Because most of those men that abused a lot of women that are using Mary Kay Ash to cover their face and go to work and go to church and go to different places. A lot of women are pretending they are being abused, both emotionally and physically. They are pretending, but they are still either in their marriage or outside their marriage, praying for their husbands, staying single and sacred without having sex with any other man, praying upon the mountain of God that their man is going to change and they will come back to that man and they will love him. I'm saying the same thing. Men too, if anything should happen, they should stay on the mountain of prayer and they should get a counselor and they should also forgive their wives.
We'll go out on the street and just go and check. Let's go and check the pulse of
not that they will
live
and be having sex with different people. No, they should also stay without having sex.
Sex is a list. Sex will be the list of anybody's worries.
Have you not seen many women and their wives that their husbands die, they live throughout their lives without remarrying.
That's
Men,
what they say now.
after 3
That's
months,
what they
6
say.
months,
That's
they
what they
remarry.
say.
So sex is not the least thing. Sex is one of the high thing. It's not a least thing.
Sex is one of the listings.
It's
On
not
a man that has been abused, sex is one of the listing on his
What
mind.
what I'm saying is that we should preach forgiveness.
No, forgiveness is very important. There's in fact, forgiveness is very extremely important. However, it is still important.
All right. Thank you.